you.
Of what you're hunting?
Hey, everybody. It's Two Chicks and a Radio.
Where one is delayed.
Who's delayed?
You are.
It happens.
Okay.
I had to cook dinner. I cooked some chicken tenders and mashed potatoes.
Okay. Well, you know how it is. Yeah, I hear you. I mean, yeah. It's been one of those days, one of those weeks.
And not all
one person watching. Who's the one lucky person watching us?
I have no idea. Who's the one person? Because they over there.
I don't know.
They haven't said anything. No idea.
Yeah. So anyway, let's see who's in the chat. Okay. All right, nobody's going. All right. Well, 2 people. Somebody will find some boredom where they can alleviate 4 people. Okay. Anyway, while Kat continues to talk on mute, okay?
Well, I was talking to my kids because he's over here going, my brother sat here and ate my
Jesus Christ. Come on.
My Kool-Aid Janners. And I'm a goodness. And holy moly. And the world's going to end. Blah, 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 blah.
I'm having a headache already from this. Okay.
That's what I
Hi,
said.
good evening, John Dow or an Ed AC3IK Sweeney.
Hey, Ed. Hey, John.
Yeah. And I am here just chilling like a villain, you know. I got some range time in today. And I got to try this new high-tech target system. What else? And tomorrow I got kids finish their service summer camp. And then it's on to the weekend. And then the weekend, what are your plans for the weekend? Well, anyway, so tonight we're going to take some Q&A from you guys if you want, okay? And then we're also going to take some Q&A from my favorite spots on social media. So you guys are going to see my Facebook or on other places, and we're going to talk about answers to questions. Yeah, I like disseminating that knowledge. Last week, I was at the ARRL board meeting, and that's all I'm going to say about that. So I can't really say anything else about that because that's confidential. Although there are a lot of things that are not confidential. You'll see it come out. Anyway, but first, the news. Are you guys hearing me okay tonight? Because I'm actually using a different microphone tonight.
I am hearing you wonderfully.
I'm using my DJI mic. Oops.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Fancy.
Yeah, because the road bit the dust. And the road
I don't know how your road bit the dust.
Because I abused the living daylights out of it.
Well, I told you to quit abusing your stuff, and you didn't want to sit here and believe me, but whatever.
Also, I'm going to be in California next weekend.
And you didn't invite me? It's my birthday.
Oh, you can come if you want.
Yay.
Yeah, I mean, it's more of a, it's a business trip for EcoFlow. I mean, we're demonstrating the power kits and, showing people a RV setup with the power kits and such like that. I'm actually also going to be talking at QSO today, Virtual Ham Expo in September, about portable power, battery power, solar power, and, everything that's not gas or fossil fuel power, because the world is changing and there are a lot more of these options out now. And it's going to be pretty interesting, the landscape of what you can do in terms of portable power and emergency power. My generators, even though I've had like 4 or 5 power outages within the last few months, my generator don't even get started anymore. It's just batteries. I take care of it with batteries.
Well, you're all battery powered. You can be the bionic woman.
Yeah, I know. So anyway, let's talk about the news. What do you got on the news tonight, Kat?
What do I have on the news tonight? Oh, shizness. Hold on. I am overdue on that. Give me a second. So
usually, mm-hmm.
Let's see here. I have no idea.
All right. Well, let me do one from Southgate. Okay. So I
yeah.
usually do articles from Southgate.
Yeah.
This is a really bizarre one. In Brazil, proposed regulatory changes mandate AWL Logbook of the World. So Brazil's National Amateur Radio Society reports Anatel's proposed regulatory changes mandate the use of AWL's Logbook of the World in order to upgrade. So the National Telecommunications Agency, Anatel, published on 2nd of June 2022 a new public consultation, number 41, which deals with the consolidation of various telecommunication services in a single resolution. Among the services affected is Radio Amateur. Okay, Radio Amateur. So the proposal will be available, so Anatel's proposal said that among the novelties, we highlight something which much commented by our entire community and its counterpart, and use criterion for promotion to both Class B and Class A participation in events, or courses related to amateur radio, and proof of communications made in the various modes of operation and bands available. In the proposal, the confirmation of QSOs would make place through Logbook of the World. I'm kind of blown away by this because a lot of people curse at Logbook of the World. Even the Logbook of the World is a good, it's a good concept. I really like it in terms of what it could do, even though it's a little rough around the edges. But it's good. So, would you have Logbook of the World to upgrade your license, Kat?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't. I mean, Logbook of the World.
Yeah. So some countries actually require you to make a certain number of contacts before you upgrade your license, right?
Yeah.
And some of them actually require you to be a shortwave listener, like listen, and log and send QSL cards. Well, I guess they're getting rid of the QSL cards.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, here's some news for my state of Alabama.
Oh, nice.
And so basically, the Amateur Radio Digital Communications announcement that the Healthcare Amateur Radio Club is a multidisciplinary membership group of amateur operators that work and volunteer at area healthcare and served agencies across Alabama. They practice exercise events, volunteer across the state for public events and healthcare events and disasters in order to be able to provide communication support as called upon. But because Alabama has a very limited WinLink network with practically no WinLink capability for most of the state, they want to purchase and install multiple WinLink fixed and portable stations across the state of Alabama to support emergency communications for healthcare and other served agencies. This particular grant will fund the purchase and installation of the fixed stations, while a second grant will fund the portable stations.
Okay. Well, that's good. ARDC has been doing a lot of work, and actually, I've actually been doing some work with some of the ARRL grants. It's a lot of stuff going on. It's just amazing. But yeah, no, that's totally interesting. I'm glad that you
That's basically saying that my state sucks. Let's be honest.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Let's just be honest there, Rhea. My state sucks. We're just going to go with that and just roll with it.
Why does your state suck, though?
Man, my state is so redneck and backwards and ain't even funny.
Oh,
And,
geez. You know, some people consider that a feature, not a bug, right?
well, you know what? In a couple of 3 or 4 counties around here, I ain't saying the counties, incest is best, and maybe and your first cousin might be your wife or your husband, and
All
it
right.
goes down the hill from there.
Well, you know, what do we have in New Jersey? We don't really. Oh, yeah. No, I take back that. We have a lot in New Jersey. But New Jersey can be oppressive in some respects, but New Jersey has a lot of history. You know, New Jersey has, and I'm talking about recent history, things like Bell Labs, the innovation, you know, Fort Monmouth, and all this stuff that happened, especially with radio. You know, so interesting.
Well, other news, Cinema Film has a CW message.
Hmm.
Lawrence GM4DMA writes to tell us that recently released praised biographical film Explorer of Sir Ran Fiennes' life has a fair number of clips of HF radio operations with his late wife, Jenny, and Lawrence Flo GM4DMA,
Hmm.
now KL7L included. HF comms were a mainstay of their expeditions from the early 70s through 2000s. Amateur radio operations took place, including successful 144 over 50 megahertz high latitude AUE's experimentation. The trailer for the film has a short CW message to be decoded. The film is being shown in selected cinemas in the UK and will be available via other ways in
Mm. Wow, that's
so
interesting.
I figured out, found something.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I think that's it. Hold on. Uh,
Excuse me. Just bless you.
oh my god. Hold on for a second.
Right. While we're holding on, um, you know, this whole thing is really interesting. The the licensing in some other countries is really weird. I mean, like, you know, apart from this whole upgrade procedure, even getting a license can be difficult. I mean, you know, you basically have to undergo an apprenticeship before you get a license in many countries. In the United States, it was kind of like that, where you would get the novice from one of your fellow hams, from an existing ham, and then you get a license after that. You upgrade after that, but you have to go to the FCC office. So, yeah. Um, let's see. Let's see. And New Hampshire still uses paper forms and transferring information over analog radio. Okay. Really? Okay. Cool. Yeah. So, all right.
So,
All right. Mm-hmm.
that was it that I had for the news on my part. You know, Alabama sucks, and there's a cinema
Yeah.
CW message. So there we go.
Yeah, I don't think about so the one I really wanted to show was the FCC is hiring for a high frequency direction finding center. So this is a really, really interesting oddball job. I'm going to show this and share the screen because I can't believe it either. But look, guys, I'll tell you something. They're looking to hire a ham, I think. Okay. Like if you go here, telecommunications specialist, you know, they're not paying relocation, but jobs is open to everybody. So this incumbent performs watch duty and serves as technical authority, providing technical assistance and guidance to communication system users to resolve radio interference complaints and problems, and connects radio signal analysis information. Uses radio signal analysis equipment deployed throughout the United States to collect, correlate, analyze characteristics of radio signals involved in interference problems, distress or safety related signals other than radio signals involved in other high priority activities such as law enforcement or national defense, to include HF, VHF, UHF. Okay, so anyway, so in a nutshell, I was actually talking to ARRL's Communications Council, David Siddall, K3ZJ, and what he was telling me is that they're basically looking for somebody with experience in monitoring radio. So what they're going to be doing, and I'll share this ARRL article about it, they're actually looking to find somebody that can do direction finding and, basically enforce. I don't know if they're going to be doing this for amateur, but, they kind of like will probably use amateur to test proof concept things, but and let me share this ARRL article because this is too good for words. So if anybody wants this job, you can apply. If you're a ham, good. So so hiring a high frequency direction finding for a high frequency direction finding center. So they're going to have one in Columbia, Maryland. They're looking here, performing watch duty. I could think of some of these people who watch 75 meters, and then you ask the frequency news. The frequency is used. Please QSY. We've been here for 25 years. Oh, maybe longer.
We've been sitting here for 30 years, and I'm so sorry. I do declare. Hold my pearls and bless your heart. You just don't have frequency.
She, as much as she complains about Alabama, she enjoys being from the South. Okay. So.
I mean, I have a right to complain about Alabama. After all, I was raised here. So if anybody has a right to complain about Alabama, it's a native Alabamian. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, doesn't the FCC already have this covered? I don't know. But the FCC is hiring people for this job function, which is kind of interesting, Like I said, maybe they'll hire some hams, right? Who knows? Anyway, yeah. So, that was interesting. That was a really interesting piece of news I came across. And it's,
I know somebody who would probably be good at that.
Who? Some guy who needs a job?
Huh?
Some guy who needs a job?
Yes.
Okay. No comment.
I'm not saying anything.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, it's anyway. All right. So let's go with that Q&A. Actually, so I usually go to social media, Facebook, for all of my entertainment needs. And I have some crappy people. Like today, this guy was coal rolling up and down the major highway where I travel. And then I post on Facebook, and people say, "Oh, you're such a Karen." I'm like, whatever. This guy made it look like Pittsburgh from the 1940s. Okay. So, but you know what? Ham Radio 2.0 is my group. And Ham Radio / New to the Hobby is a great group. I am too. And but I want to show you something here. It's like, it's pretty amazing what hams could come up with if they're creative. Okay. And I'm going to share this because it's going to be hilarious. Right. Okay. Here we go. Ham Radio 2.0. So my friend Steve WX2S says, explain amateur radio badly. Okay. A lot of people try to think too hard of it, right? I'm federally licensed to try to talk to folks from around the country, etc. Silver-haired dudes talking about, whatever. That's too nerdy. You want something baseline level, right? It's like texting, only faster. Okay. It's a bottomless pit you throw money into. Okay. Right? But I wrote the comment of the week, I think, self-governed hobby, etc. I turn knobs, press buttons. My radio talk to other radio. I go burr. You do in the air. I can't see you contact sport. The hobby where we talk, everybody's talking. I have something. I hope it wasn't removed. Um, let's see, where is my comment? My comment's buried, but my comment was a hoot. It's
Did they
Souped Up
laugh at your comment?
CB radio? No, it's not Souped Up CD radio. Spend a fortune. Few more
Few more
comments.
comments.
Random telephone calls. My life. License CBUs. Morse code. Well, nobody cares about Morse code. FT8. Nobody cares about FT8. Discussion of power, prostate, politics, put on overpriced CB radios. Okay, we're getting there. Okay, 2 cans in a string. 100 man moon. Internet chat room where all the trolls are licensed. That's funny. Okay, bunch of fat, smelly old antisocial farts looking for. Okay, the first and biggest social network, the male version of total self delusion. Here's my comment. Old guys talking about whose erections are bigger.
Oh, Rhea. Yeah.
So, okay.
Oh my god. Oh my
I told you. And it's true, okay? Ham radio has a bunch of old guys, okay? And they're all talking about their antennas. What did you think they were talking about? Is your mind in the gutter? Okay.
god.
I just thought I'd
I
give you a little bit of
the other day.
levity on that. Okay.
Okay. I went to Walgreens the other day. Okay. And I was getting something.
Mhm.
And the guy behind me was an old man,
Mhm.
like 68 years old,
Yeah.
buying a box of something
Uh-huh.
and said, yeah, this is for me. I didn't say a word.
Mhm.
I just went on about my business
Mhm.
because I really wanted to say something, but I didn't. I just let it go. Yes, my mind went into the gutter. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy. I don't think anybody beat that comment though. You know? It's like people trying too hard. You got to keep it simple, stupid. Okay? So yeah. So that was just something I thought I'd share. It's a real interesting
Apparently, size does matter when it comes to antennas.
yeah, but you want to know something? Sometimes it's not how big it is, it's how you use it, okay? And
Well,
a lot of
everybody
times
knows that.
it could be too big. So John Ellington here writes, he said, what is the most important thing to look for in any antenna? SWR, pattern, looks, or size? What do you think is the most important thing you look for in an antenna? Kat.
SWR.
SWR. So you see, this has been told to me as a very complex question, right? It's like saying, what car do you buy? Okay. What
Well,
color
that's
nail
different
polish you
than
gonna
what
wear
it's
today?
for.
Okay. What, you know. Right. So the most important thing in any antenna is that it must, I think, is first of all, it must be suitable for purpose. Okay. This is ham radio 2.0, Brian. Not Jason's ham radio 2.0, but Giorgio Caviccioli's ham radio 2.0. Right. So the first of all is suitability for purpose. Okay. And this is the most overriding thing. People don't realize this, but an antenna really is a means to an end, right? So yes, I would love to have, big stacks, kilowatts of power, DX in my both pockets. Okay. I would love to have a big 500-foot rotating tower with beams, and another 4 or 5 towers with a whole bunch of antennas. But I know that even if I win the lottery, I'll have to find land that will allow me to do that. So a lot of people settle for less than that. You have compromises in antennas. So, like for example, Kat now has a compromise in terms of her available space. 1, 2, cost. Okay, because you don't want to be buying a $1,000 antenna that you can't even use, right? But even for the type of contacts that you work, you have to figure out what kind of antenna you want, because this is not only for the band. Okay, so yes, you do have to generally have antennas that are tuned for the band, whether it's a single band or multi-band antenna. You know, you have antennas that are designed to be used on particular bands. But other than that, antennas also are designed for a particular distance. Yes, surprised? Well, if you put up a Yagi antenna up on a tower or on a roof or something, and it's low to the ground, well, it's going to help you more with local contacts. Okay, you put up higher, you're probably going to get some DX. With some antennas are short, some antennas are low, like NVIS antennas, near vertical incidence skywave, where you have them set up to basically make local contacts. Okay, so yeah, and exactly, right? So I think it's, you know, the most important thing is suitability for purpose, right? You must know what you want. Electrical characteristics, SWR is not the be all and end all of antennas. You know, there are a lot of good performing antennas that make a little compromise in SWR. So, right, okay. Is there a script build up like build a Pi for Linux? I don't know. Let's see here. Can anyone tell me what type of antenna connector this might be on the right? It looks like a male SMA, right? Yeah, you have a HT, right, Kat? You ever took off the antenna?
Yeah, I'm taking the antenna off.
Did you see the kind of connector it had?
Yeah, it's like that.
Right.
Male
looks
SMA.
like
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Joe Taylor, no, Dr. Ulrich Road. He almost looks like Joe Taylor, right? Ulrich Road. Let's see here. Bing Fu antennas. Okay. There's YouTube spammer. Okay. Those YouTubers or something else. So, oh yeah. Need a little help getting great audio reports used by EQ Plus. Having a real problem with room background noise. The ceiling fan is on. Blah blah blah. I need to cut on the background sound. Well, there are a couple options, but I think the easiest is to change your type of microphone. What kind of? You have that little hand mic for the radio. Oh, you gave the radio back, did you?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I did not give it back. It's currently being I'm trying to figure out if it's an antenna problem, the radio problem in the antenna, or if it's an ID10 problem. ID10.
Oh, pep cake.
Huh?
Pep cake.
Well, whatever. Me.
Yeah, problem exists between chair and keyboard. Okay.
Problem exists between chair and keyboard.
Right. Exactly.
Oh my God.
Exactamundo. Hey, we like dripping with sarcasm. You know.
I mean, I get it, but daggone.
Right.
I already called myself an idiot.
So anyway, so the way you get rid of background noise is, one, you could use a different type of microphone called a dynamic microphone. Because I do church sound and events and such like that, and a lot of times when we're outside, I have issues where we feedback, so we get feedback and howls. So the best thing is to get a dynamic microphone that's not really sensitive, as like a condenser or something you have inside, and then that'll not get a lot of noise. So that's the best one. RE20, that's good for Rush Limbaugh and those guys. Yeah. So FT and POTA, who cares? Okay, boomer. Let's see what else. Can information? No, it looks old. New DIY project for hams. Yeah. Anyone here have solar on their roof? Any issues with HF? Yes, there is problems with solar, but you can actually. There is an article I showed where you have several steps to combat the solar problem. The first one is that you select your good equipment that doesn't have a lot of interference. The next way is to put ferrite beads on all the cables and twist the cables together so that they're not act as an antenna. And then in conjunction with that, you know, you run the wiring so that it's not in like a big loop antenna. There's an article from Fairright. It's actually from QST. You know, you can actually look it out on QST. The bandpass on the mic is an interesting concept. Yeah, you could probably do that too. You know, now there's actually like software that processes out that stuff using the NVIDIA RTX cards, which nobody could still get, right? Because all the Bitcoin miners bought them out, the crypto miners. So, okay. What else? Let's see here. Oh, people bragging about their erections here. Let's see here. Morse code keys. Ooh. So I just applied for a vanity call sign. It seems I read that it takes something like 18 days for approval. The answer is yes. The FCC runs something called a red light review, which means that they basically check to see if you owe the government any money. And if you owe the government any money, they could hold your application until you pay up. So there's a law called the Debt Collection Act. I believe it was 1986, where the government agencies could withhold, you know, certain benefits and such until you pay up the money. Did you know that one?
I did know that.
Okay.
But guess what?
What?
I don't think it took that long for my FCC license vanity call sign to get through.
No, vanity calls take 18 days.
I don't think mine took that long. I think mine was a little bit quicker.
Right.
But then again, I'm like squeaky clean on the wheel.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. So it says, okay, CW gurus, I missed a letter and it throws me off, and then I miss 5 and lose track of where I am. Any tips for concentrating and keeping track of where you are? Well, yeah, actually. When you learn Morse code, don't learn letters. Okay, you learn letters, but you also learn how words sound, right? Like every ham who knows something of Morse code knows that da 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 is CQ, and that's without even thinking in your mind the letters C and Q. Okay, when you talk natural language, you don't spell out letters, you talk words. So you have to listen for words. It's CW. Okay. Vanity for the club. Hey Fetch, how are you going?
What's up, Fetch?
Fetch. Yeah.
Go fetch me some biscuits. Better yet,
Okay.
go fetch me some ice cream sandwiches that are really good, because the ones I got to, you know, have every now and then, I didn't get the right kind. Let's just say that. They're all right, but they ain't nothing to go home to mama about.
I want to see what this guy does for Mac. KB2QQM. Okay. Interesting. Rumlog NG. He has a bunch of stuff here. Interesting. Okay. So whatever you're looking for, it's there. All right. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, Julian. V with the test results. Okay. Let's look at another group called Ham Radio / New to the Hobby, which is one I take part in as well. So let's see here. Search Facebook. Ham Radio / New to the Hobby. Okay. Right. Okay. Apollo lands in the moon. Yeah, we knew that. Okay, I'm thinking of replacing my end fed with a center fed dipole. The feed point will be about 20 feet from the house and 30-foot AGL. How do you support the coax? Well, if you have a center insulator, right, or a balun, a lot of them come with a hook on the top. You can hook onto something. Okay, a hole for a hook. So that's one way you could do it. There ain't a whole lot. I mean, you know, you can also like have the coax hang from something to release the strain, but most people just have it up in the air and it works fine. You know. Okay. Boy, am I tired. Okay.
I have a huge metal warehouse behind me, like 10
Yeah.
yards back. Between the room where I have my radio and that warehouse is a power line, so I don't really have the room to erect a huge mast antenna and probably secure it. Is there any kind of antenna that I can mount to my roof that might be better than others at hitting the repeaters on the other side of the building?
Well, I think in this case you don't really need you know, a good antenna. What you need is distance and height. You know, maybe if you clear the steel building, but it's probably not metal warehouse. Probably not worth it. But yeah. Okay.
And he's got to worry about the power lines too, Rhea.
Yeah, true. Okay. Let's see, Signal Link. I had one of these Signal Links. That was like a sound card interface I could do FT8 on. Okay.
Sweet.
How big of a power supply is needed for a 100-watt radio? The power supply is slightly less amps we use. So I have been asked this question so many times. I tell people, get a 30-amp power supply because it'll have plenty of room and you'll be able to grow with it. Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Do you have any questions, Kat?
No, I don't have any questions per se. None at all that can come to mind other than the ones I've already asked you when I was trying to do my general stuff. But I know extra's a little bit different, and when I start studying for that, I'm just gonna have to get smart.
Yeah, I think you have
smart. I mean, I'm gonna. My plan is to look like you, so that way you take it for me. That's my plan.
You don't look like me.
I mean, I'm working out. I'm trying to. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get a spray tan. I'm gonna get darker.
You're gonna get blackface. That's what you're gonna do.
I think you're too darker. Dang.
Well, you're gonna spray tan like Trump. Extra class exam. You're fired. So.
And yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna get glasses, and then I'm gonna get an ID taken, and I'm gonna look like you, so that way you can take it for me.
I ain't doing that. I don't want to take nobody's exam.
Well, Rhea, this is where you come helping out a sister out.
Probably. Yeah. Okay. We'll see.
Yes,
Kat is ready for the roadie life. I think I blew out the audio on the mic here. Yeah, you can pass extra. Your plane's fine. Look, a lot of the techie stuff you could just memorize.
I know. And yes, Lon, I know that you can do a spray tan and come out orange. I'm fully aware of that. I have a background in tanning, so I am very, very careful on if I do end up going to spray tan, I make sure that I get the right stuff that is not going to turn me looking like an orange Oompa Loompa.
Yeah. So I tell back to power supply, I tell people in a pinch, if you use a smaller power supply, just lower the output power. So at least that's the advice. Wolf River coil and chameleon antennas, I don't really know about that. Okay, do they send an email or do they check? Yeah, so when they do the fee, actually, what they do is, this person already paid the fee. Yeah, you periodically have to check ULSC, and QRZ.com actually, allows you to look, and see new licenses. All right. Okay.
Raven, leave Roxy's food alone.
By the way, I'm tier 14, by the way. Tier 14.
So, Rhea, are you going to go out to the ham exposition in Boxborough, Massachusetts?
Of course, yes. We've been preparing. I'm on a committee, actually.
I'm on the committee.
I'm on a committee, yeah.
Oh, Guess what Hamfest is this weekend?
What?
Coleman.
Early?
Yeah, Redneckville.
Yeah. So KC1AWV asks, do I plan to come in on Ham Exposition?
That's what
I
it is.
do because Ham Exposition this year is actually an official division convention for me, for the ARRL. So I am on the Ham convention, on the Ham Exposition committee, and we've been doing planning. Joe Eisenberg's going to give a great keynote speech, and it's going to be great. So yeah, absolutely. Yes, exactly, Fetch. Exactly. Yes. Okay. All right. Let me see what else is there. The solar flare. They're saying it'll affect amateur radio communication, affect all bands equally, or some bands more than others. So the answer is it affects some bands more tthan others, but generally you can have a radio blackout, right? When you get hit with a CME, it's going to, you're going to lose all radio communications. So yeah. But VHF is kind of, kind of immune. It's going to be mostly HF. Okay. Okay. I don't know about that antenna.
What is that? Oh, that's a BNC conductor.
Yeah,
right?
BNC fuel ICOM.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone taking ham radio into the backcountry of the Tetons? No. There is this guy actually who's done so much with a tech license. He's amazing. I want to try to get him on.
Who is it?
No.
Oh gosh. Is it K7 ULS or something? Yeah. Yeah, K7 ULS. Musings of a Lowly Technician. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me just see if I could share this. Share. No. Share. Oh, stop screen. Share. Share screen. Chrome tab. Where is it? Oh, K7ULS. Okay. So this guy, he's a technician, but he has a whole RV with antennas as a rover. He has a lot of 2-meter antennas here. Yeah, 2 and 6 and a 77s and more. Yeah, I mean he had suffered wind damage, yeah. But he does so many different things. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
How many antennas does he have on that thing?
I think he wants to max out his tech license before he goes on to the easier bands like HF. Yeah. So yeah.
Alrighty.
All right. Let's see what else here. Will a disconnect antenna work with SDR? Yes, any antenna will work with SDR. Let's see here. Hello, can anyone point me to the right direction? Well, yeah, I would have gone with the ICOM to be honest, because I like the ICOM better. Yaesu FTDX10. Okay. No. Anyway. Safety zone required around the antenna. Yeah, you need to do the RF safety calculation that I've detailed on my website, on my YouTube channel.
Yep.
So.
I mean, you did all that.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah. Any other burning questions you have, Kat?
No, there's no other burning questions I have. Other than I'm still trying to convince you to take my test for me, but that's it.
Yeah, I can't do that. I mean, the people know me. That's a problem.
I know. People know me too, Rhea.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, it's like, yeah, how is that going to work?
I don't know. I'll
Yeah.
figure it out.
Alright.
Look, if this dude can deep fake Tom Cruise in TikTok, I'm sure I can deep fake me and you.
Mhm. Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Amazing. All contacts with technician privileges. And he has AWR contests and all sorts of little things.
Ron wanted to see how Dixie DX 2.0 was coming along.
Ron Rolinski. Yeah.
Yes, I'm coming along perfectly fine, Ron. I've got some muscle
Yeah.
coming up there. My traps are coming back, which I'm proud of.
Mm.
I'm starting to get a back.
Yeah.
My back's starting to get slender again.
YouTube never notified me. Okay. Probably plausible. We only created this live stream tonight.
Yeah.
And I'm already sleepy, so I might have to bail.
Well, I'm gonna have to bail too, because I'm gonna go
All right. Showing the guns. You know what?
Hey, I just did buys and tries last night. See
Yeah, but let me show you something here.
what?
No.
Are you gonna show your guns too?
I'm gonna show the gun video. You know?
That's what I thought you were
The
gonna do.
range has a nice little system called E-range. Okay.
Of course, I'm showing those guns again. Ron asked. I didn't know how else to show him.
Okay. See video file downloads. It's still going. Yeah, I received a video. Where is it? What's it called?
Send it to me.
Yeah. Is it today? Yeah, RP replay. Apple gives this thing such cryptic names. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So they have a target system. Oh man. All right. Anyway. Now I was gonna show the video of me at the range where we have a system where you have two cameras, one on the target and one on you, and then it uses machine learning and to determine when a round hits the paper, and you can use that to score. So that's pretty interesting. Yeah. So anyway,
What'd you shoot today?
Oh, just 45. That's my Springfield XDM. 45, 5.25 inch barrel. It's a big boy.
Have you rented the SIG?
No, and I'm thinking about something else. I'm gonna try.
What are you thinking about?
I was thinking about the OSP Hellcat.
The Springfield Hellcat?
Yeah. So
I told you to try out both.
yeah. Well, anyway, hard for me to keep awake. So until next time.
73 guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.